So, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning to everyone. Good morning to everyone coming in the room. Um, okay, so here it is. God woke me up this morning, and I'm out of state right now to attend a woman's conference. And God woke me up this morning with the word see. This is something that I do whenever I go to like hotels or anything like that. And I'm staying in a hotel right now. And whenever I go to hotels or anything like that. Hold on for a second, guys. I'm streaming from different platforms. Hold on. So I'm streaming from different platforms right now. So that was my laptop interrupting me. But whenever I go to hotels, I don't know who was in the room before me, and that's always been something I felt very uncomfortable with. So whenever I go to sleep in a hotel, I realized that I did not feel peace because I was picking up too strongly on what came before me. So what I started doing was playing 24-hour prayers on my laptop or the TV or whatever I can to balance out whatever was in the room prior to me. And this morning I woke up, I got my 24-hour prayer plan, like I always do. And I woke up, the first word that came to my, it was a jolt. It was like God just literally yanked me awoke to share this message with you guys. And the first word that came to my mind was see. I was like, you ever had somebody wake you up and they tapping you and you jump up? That's how I woke up. I woke up just like that. And it was the word see. I kid you guys, man. I got my 24-hour prayer plan, like I told y'all. And they were talking about discernment. Now, anybody who knows me at that moment that I woke up, I'm jolted up, almost like physically being tapped on the shoulder. And the word see came to my mind as soon as I woke up. I was actually very startled by it. I've had God wake me up before, but this time was very startling. I'm just like, okay, like, what's up? You know? And that word is in my mind as soon as I wake up. And when I listen to the TV, they're talking about discernment. So I immediately think about the word see and the correlation was a message for Black women. This message is for nobody else but you. I don't know how many times, you know what, the word see summarizes anything I have ever said to you ladies. Just think about the word see. There is no intention behind see. There is no intuition behind see. See is just to what? See what's right in front of you. The only obstacle Black women have is denying what they see. Because think about the word see. Just think about it. You can't deny seeing. You know how they say seeing is believing? You can't deny what you see. You just can't. You can't. Even if you want to. When it comes to seeing, you don't get to talk about all of the messages I have given: intention, intuition, feelings. Although notable and worthy, but seeing trumps all of that. Seeing trumps anything anybody can say. If you can say you saw it and you seen it, it trumps all feelings. It trumps everything. And when God woke me up this morning with that word, because y'all know I've been heavy on words lately. I've been praying really intently for the revelation of words. And the word see resonates with Black women so much. Because Black women refuse to believe what they see, and that is their only obstacle. Black women's only obstacle is the refusal of seeing. No, we aren't going to trade chocolate. We aren't even going to say even seeing with your spirit, because we've broken that all the way down. I've broken that all the way down. Seeing with your eyes. There is no rebuttal to what you see with your eyes. Someone can't say, oh, that's just what you thought, or that's just what you felt. But when you see with your eyes and actions are presented in front of you, where's the rebuttal? Where's the rebuttal for seeing? There is no rebuttal. You choose to make it a rebuttal. Because we see Black men. We see them. We see them doing everything they tell us they're not doing. But we see them, don't we? Like, let's just remove all spirit for the sake of the conversation. We see them doing everything they say they don't do. We see it. We've been seeing it. Been seeing it since day one. They do it right in our faces. So why are we denying seeing? Let's think about that. Because I'm with Trey's chocolate. We see it with our spirit because we already know that our intuition holds a conversation that's completely separate with their spirit. But if you want to get on some layman's term shit and think remedial and minuscule like most Black men do, we see it with our own eyes. And behaviors, actions, words. We see it. If Black women weren't as spiritually wealthy and didn't hold all the extreme amount of spiritual credit that they hold, if we were a snowflake, we would still see it, because that's just how blatantly disrespectful to us they are. So we don't even got to get deep with them for real. We don't got to get deep with Black men because we see it. Do you guys get what I'm saying? We see it. It's there. It's right in front of you. There's no conversations that need to be had. We don't need to be breaking it down and twisting it up and figuring it out. And it's right there. We see it. And I knew that was the message for you ladies. As soon as I woke up and the first word "see" came to mind, and I'm hearing a little 24-hour prayer playing in my hotel room, and discernment is being talked about, and discernment is seen. That's why I put the definition of "see" as the thumbnail. But when it pertains to Black men and the affiliation with Black women, we see it. We don't got to think hard. We don't got to go into our mental Rolodex and start trying to decipher their lack thereof, because that's all Black men are, is a lack thereof. Hell, we gonna start saying the lack thereof spirit of Black men, the lack thereof spirit, because that's all they are, is a lack thereof. And a fool sees it. And we know Black women ain't no fools. A fool sees Black men for who they are. A fool. The lowest of the low. The spiritually void. The pasty pales. You know what I mean by that? Don't nobody like them. So really, it's just a simple summary. Stop denying what you see. Stop denying what you see. It's right in front of you. But why do we have, see is such a powerful word. See is all knowing. See is you can't rebuttal seeing something. How can you rebuttal the word see? How? There is no rebuttal for the word see. See is valid. See is confirmation. See is all knowing. See is everything. Once you see, you no longer get to do what? Once you see, what do you no longer get to do once you see? You don't get to deny it. You don't get to deny once you see. Even in a court of law, witnesses, they saw it. Their confirmation to cases. Seeing is powerful. There is no rebuttal to seeing. There's no rebuttal to it unless you decide yourself to deny. But there is no no. Seeing is confirmation. That is the end of it. There is nothing else left to discuss once you see. Once you see, what is left to discuss? So you really cheat yourself discussing things once you saw it. Think about all the times you've cheated yourself, wasted your own time by denying what you saw. At this point, you deny yourself. You deny yourself because you saw it and you chose to waste your own time. Because seeing is everything. It is a reason why that term, seeing is believing, is what it is. Because it's true. When you think about it, I think seeing might be the most powerful word spoken. Seeing is a revelation. You can't refute it, rebuttal it, rebuke it, deny it, and go around it. You can try, but how much have you suffered as Black women by denying what you see? Just think about it. When you think about everything you've risked and failed behind denying what you see, it really sends a chill up my spine. Because it's right there. And there is no rebuttal. Why give it a rebuttal? You can't. It's like someone can tell you Black men are literally doing all the hard work for us. We don't have to do it. We don't. We see it. We see it. And it's kind of amazing to me that that word came to me because it literally jolted me out of my sleep. And I actually think the message was for me. I knew it was about Black women. I knew I needed to share it. But that word was for me because I've been studying and praying over words for months now. And I've been sharing with you the intention behind these words. And see, for me, was just a revelation. Because when you see, you You can't refute. You waste time doing that. You waste time denying what you see. You waste money. You fumble bags. You give away bags. You enlighten where it's not retrieved by denying what you see. By just denying what you see. It's so simple. It's so the whole idea of it is simple. Just act off what you see. Isn't that simple? So why are we making it so hard? Because it's very simple. Act off what you see. Literally what you see. Nothing else. What you see. That is your guide. That is your revelation. And that is how you move and act. From what you see. Isn't that just simple? Very simple. But for some reason, Black women have an extremely difficult time. And this isn't just pertaining to Black men. Let's talk about money and wealth and finances. Direction, vision, goals. Denying what you see can block you from your path. It can hold you back. It can cause missed opportunities by just denying what you see. Denying what you see can prevent so much wealth and beauty and love in your life by denying what you see. And choosing to switch it around, change it in your mind, pretty it up, lay it out, make it look better. Meanwhile, you done missed a whole opportunity. When I tell y'all, I know why this word came to me. Maybe like 2 weeks ago, I had a shift of energies, a huge shift. And since I didn't deny what I saw and I stepped right into it, so many opportunities have opened up to me within these 2 weeks. I am now presently on my way tonight at 7 p.m. to a woman's conference. So many business opportunities have been presented to me in the past 2 weeks that I've had to decline some of them because I chose to not deny what I saw. Seeing is your path. It is the lane in which you should be in. It is where you should be. That's what seeing is. That's what seeing is. As long as you are willing, and it seems, I can't stress this enough. I know it seems so simple. It seems so simple to just see and act accordingly. I talked some weeks ago about the delayed response of women. This delayed response is going to cause you to lose a lot of success in your life. It's going to cause you to lose. This is a harvest season for a lot of us. And you can literally miss out on, man, financial wealth and stability by not seeing and recognizing your harvest season. I know for a fact this is my harvest season. And I know it's a lot of other women's harvest season. It's a harvest season. And when you choose to not see and recognize it, that's it's going to cause you some lacking. It's going to hold you up. You can be light years ahead of some things. You can be light years ahead, but you don't want to see. You just don't want to see. And it's crazy because I know the message was deeply rooted for me because I made some real executive decisions this past couple of weeks within my life. And listen, never been better. Blessings upon blessings, opportunities, goodwill, feeling abundant, feeling whole. I'm telling you, that word see means a lot. It means a lot. When you stop seeing, guess where you at? You in the dark. You in the dark. When you stop seeing, you are in the dark. That's the sad part about it. You ain't even the opportunities don't even present themselves to you no more because you ain't seeing. You are choosing lack. And I just told you who that's connected to. And that's another thing. Being connected to Black men, if you ain't making money off of them, there's no need to be connected. There's no need to uphold. There's no need to uplift. There's no need to promote. There's no need. If you're not making money off of Black men, completely let it go. If you're not making money off of them, don't never let them make a dollar off you. Woo! That's a whole word. Do not let Black men benefit off you by your promotion. Because I'm telling you, Black men, all they want is a publicist. I told y'all that. And an image consultant out of Black women. That is all they want. Publicist, image consultant. And if you ain't willing to do that, to them, you're useless. Because they know how much your words matter. They know how much your words matter. They know how much your words matter. I'm telling you, the word see is everything. It literally prevents you from having to lose. We literally have eyeballs just to prevent us from losing, from losing, from stumbling, from falling, from bumping into shit. That's what we got eyeballs for. So when you think about the the term of seeing, even when you look at it at the most minuscule way, it's a prevention, it's a revelation, it's a determining factor. Seeing is everything. Seeing is everything. Like I said, it's to prevent you from bumping into shit, falling, stumbling over shit, and it's to prevent you from doing all of that. Just to see. So it was literally divinely set up to give will. And because that will was there, you still deny what you see. You still deny what you see. Exactly, goddess. Exactly. People still deny what they see. And it was there, it was like eyeballs was put there to give you the most layman's term of seeing and the prevention to prevent things from harming you, blocking you, making you fall, making you stumble. And then when you get one of the more deeper aspect of it, it's to prevent you from being hurt, prevent you from being lied to. It's a prevention. It's literally like a revelation. It's like you can't go around seeing. There's no way to get around seeing. There's just no way to get around seeing. There's no way to get around it. And it's the most simplest task. It's the most simplest task because it's right there. The instructions are in your face. So it's right there. It's right there. And it makes life so much easier. When you refuse to have a delayed response and you respond exactly off what you see, just think how further in life that gets you. It is shining light. It is. Queen Meanie says, and thank you for this comment. She says, Woman's fear, you've made me so conscious of specific word use. I caught myself saying our men, our people, shaking my head. I understand how much I thought we could all be united to save the kids and women, but never will be. I've been on words heavy with y'all lately. Heavy. Some of the other words I've been talking about is preference, accountability, the collective in general. Now, see, when we use the words, the intent behind women using accountability and the collective and all that stuff, our intent is different. But when we use the collective and in general, and men, Black men, expect for us to use those words when we're talking about Black men. The reason why they expect us to use the words the collective and in general is because they still want to have us offer them a veil of protection. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. When you hear Black men running around YouTube wanting to be that rare unicorn, wanting to be that man that we all protect, use collective. Say, you notice that's what Black men do to us. Not all men, Black men, collective, say in general, they demand it because they still want a veil of protection from you. They still want a veil of protection from you. And like I told you, seeing is everything, right? Seeing is a revelation. So why would we continuously offer this veil of protection when we see? When we see. Well, why is there even a veil of protection there for any Black man? Any Black man. Why is there a veil of protection for any Black man when you see? You got eyeballs in your head preventing you from falling, stubbing your toe on the end of the bed, walking into a wall, and seeing fuck shit for what it is. But for some reason, there's this justification that we should all just start saying the collective and in general. We need to start saying the collective and in general. For what? For what? When you see. When you see. Say the collective and in general for what? Stop saying that. That is their way of pushing you right back down, even though you saw. That is their way of putting their foot on your neck. You still gonna respect me, bitch, is what they saying to you. See. Choose to see. Just see. That's all you got to do is see. That's it. That is it. Just see. Because they need you to validate them. Black men need the validation of Black women, or they will be somewhere in the gutter. They will be somewhere in the gutter. They need you to validate them. They are nothing without your validation. So why don't you just choose to see? See and act accordingly. See and act accordingly. That's all you got to do. Because they need your veil of protection. They're nothing. Black men are nothing without you. So why not choose to see? I'm telling you, they need you. They're nothing without you. Nobody respects them. Nobody. They're nothing without you. Nothing. So you don't have to make the distinction on what it is and what it ain't, because we already see. Seeing is everything. Seeing is everything. So there's no need for you to even go there with it. Really, you can move in such more of a graceful position by just acknowledging what you see. Life will be way more graceful. And having grace is huge. Favor, huge. And you have it. That's why I've been talking to you ladies about words. Because the correlation with words and Black men is powerful. It's very powerful. It identifies them from the start to the finish. A straight up identification. Because one thing Black men are going to do if they don't do anything else is to tell you you don't know what you're talking about. You can blatantly see something and they will say, that's not what you saw. They can blatantly say something and be like, well, that's not what I meant. So seeing is everything for Black women. Seeing is everything for Black women. Because the gaslighting and manipulation of Black men runs deep. Very, very deep. Very deep. The gaslighting and manipulation does not stop. Does not stop. So it is very, very significant for you to identify right away, which most Black women do, and move with grace. Accept your grace. Accept your grace. That is what's being handed to you. The ability to see physically and spiritually on both, like Trey was talking about earlier, physically and spiritually, the ability to see so that you don't spiritually bump into them. Hello. So that you don't spiritually bump into them, because we know physically and medically our eyes are so we don't hurt and harm ourselves. That's what our eyes are for. So we don't hurt and harm ourselves. So when we think about it in a spiritual term and in a medical and physical term, it's so we don't bump into them. It's so we don't stub our toes with their bullshit. It's so we won't fall over them, fall for them, fall in love with them. Because that's what can physically happen to a person who can't see. What do people who can't see do? They fall. They fall. They hurt themselves if they're not being guided. So, yeah, get ready for it. See in both angles so you don't fall for the bullshit. Because that's what you're going to be falling for, the bullshit. And then you fuck around and get caught up with not seeing, get caught up and fall for the bullshit. And then you missing all type of wealth opportunities and shit. Mm-mm. Yeah, we not doing that, Black women. We not doing that. We need to see. I don't know if some of y'all need glasses. You go see the eye doctor, but we need to be seeing because it's too much. It's opportunities being missed. I can feel it. I feel like somebody missed an opportunity by not seeing. By not seeing. And seeing is everything. It really is. You can't get through life without seeing. You can't drive a car without seeing. You can't sign a contract without seeing. It's so many things you can miss out on in life because you can't see. Straight up. And now it's like Black men are so obsessed with gaslighting and manipulation and talking in circles because they're very good at talking in circles. I've noticed that. Gaslighting, manipulation, talking in circles, saying shit that don't even equate to anything that's actually going on, and just the remedial conversation and delusion and the just they're so lost. I think that's the word I would use to define Black men is loss. When you have conversations with Black men, you can always tell that they're seeking something. They're just wandering aimlessly, waiting to die. Literally. They're wandering aimlessly, waiting to die. It's like when you see Black men, you don't see life. You see death. You see death because you can see it written all over them. You do not see life. They don't enjoy life unless it's some type of weird, cocky expression of enjoying it. Black men do not enjoy life. And when you see them, you see death. You can just see it written all over them. So it's almost like death precedes them. And it's I don't know. It's just it's a vibe I get from them. I can always feel their impeding doom whenever I'm around them. I feel impeding doom. I feel like any day now. You know what I'm saying? Any day now. And it's like you just be looking at them trying to they try to muster up this false level of like courage and strength. And they that's why they all are so performative. They're all performative because they're trying to really get out of that thing that they feel. And they're trying to really display themselves to the world as if they're happy and jovial and it's all, and that's where the performative aspect comes in at, because they're never happy and they're never jovial. Never. It's a extreme sense of impending doom. It's just like everybody's waiting. That's what it feels like. Everybody is just waiting for the phone call. You know, it's like looking at your watch, waiting for that phone call. Something is off. It's just, and I'm gonna tell you, it is their spirit of no. When you don't take responsibility for family, everybody in life has situations that cause you to have to stand up. No matter you get folded, break, or even die. Everybody has situations where you're tested in that way to do the right thing no matter what. And the reason Black men have a perish type of energy about them is because they refuse to stand up for anything. They don't stand up. They don't stand up. And all of that repeatedly, all of those opportunities repeatedly being put in front of you, and you didn't do anything about it, is why. This is why we feel that from them. Even when I hear them talking on panels and stuff, I'll just be like, okay. It's a disconnect. No, none. You're right about that, Leo son. It's gone. Because it's like the responsibility, like I told you ladies on another panel, the responsibility that Black women take for just doing the right thing is why Black women are so blessed. Because Black women are deeply rooted in doing the right thing for people, even people they don't know. That's why there's so much video footage of Black women running around doing stuff for people, just being out and about, going to the grocery store or handling day-to-day tasks and responsibilities. And you will see so many videos of people recording Black women helping people in public and in traffic and everything. That's just Black women. That's just Black women. They're going to naturally show love, naturally be nurturing. And, I know a lot of it can be frowned upon with the movement, on our second leg, because we're all on our second leg. Black women, we are on our second leg. Okay? This is why all of this acknowledgement is coming in. Because we are on our second leg. So I know that we are advocating now on this second leg for Black women not to do things like that and not to put themselves out there all the time, because it has, everybody has defined Black women now as like masculine and strong and all of that stuff. And Black women are sick of that, which I understand. But we are on our second leg where we're discussing all of that. But my point with saying that is this: that is the reason why you are spiritually wealthy. Get what I'm saying? So there is no judgment there, that you chose to just be loving and kind and nurturing and show up for people, or forgive Mr. Naker however many times you did. And you are blessed for it. But now we are on our second leg where we realize that's a detriment. Okay. But wanting to love people and care for people doesn't make you a bad person. And that's what I want Black women to understand. Wanting to do the right thing doesn't make you a bad person. Doesn't. It doesn't. Just because Black women are nurturing naturally and loving and kind, they shouldn't be bashed for it. It's just we're on our second leg, and we realize that we got to be a little bit more selective with giving that love, that loving and that kindness and that nurturing, because people don't deserve it. Because Black women gonna go to the moon and back if they care about you. So everybody doesn't deserve that. So that's where we at with the second leg. That's it. That's where we are with that second leg. And that's where we are right now, realizing, the detriment of certain causes and actions and circumstances and movements. And, like we're realizing it now. Because Black women they are naturally like that. They are loving human beings. That's just what it is. And so it's like, it's gotten to the point to where now we just got to retract from everybody because nobody appreciates it. Nobody appreciates it. Everybody is benefiting from that loving, kind, nurturing being, but nobody's giving back to it. Yeah, Nikki Z. Same here. Same here. Black women are always wanting to fix stuff for people, help people, do something for somebody. They can't stand to see people cry. Anything going on, here come a Black woman trying to patch it up. And I just want Black women to know that that is why you are spiritually wealthy. That is why you are. Because every time God asked you to show up, you did. Every time something was put on your heart to say, you said it. Every time somebody told you, listen, every time the Spirit moved you to do anything nice for anybody, your ass did it. You did it every time. You showed up every time. I remember one time, y'all, this was years ago. Years ago. I was walking out a Dollar Tree and saw, I don't know if it was Dollar Tree or Family Dollar. It may have been Family Dollar. Saw a lady in one of those what is those chairs called? Like the electric wheelchairs. She was blowing her nose on a handkerchief and it got away from her because it was windy. Do y'all know I picked that handkerchief up and gave it to her? I mean, I got so many incidents where I've done stuff mainly. Now, I will say this. Most of my good deeds, if not 90% of them, have went to women because I see. Title of the video is see. I see men. I see them for who they is. I see them and I don't choose to help them. I don't enjoy helping them at all. I don't want to. I like helping women. And I picked that handkerchief up and gave it to that lady. I don't know if it was Dollar Tree glitches or it was Family Dollar because this was years ago. I think it may have been Family Dollar. I think it was Family Dollar because I didn't want to pick it up, but she was struggling. She was struggling, like trying to like get, catch it. And she was like, I'm like, okay, this is getting too much. Let me help her. But I don't choose to help Black men at all. I don't. I actually ignore them. I just told a Black man the other day to get a job. Was outside begging. I'm going in CVS. He outside of the CVS begging. And I said, you need to get a job. That's what you need to do. Go to work, bitch. Because you ain't getting out of there, not of my coins. I don't really choose to help men. I would never help a man begging in the street. A man begging in the streets? In the street. And y'all should have seen him. He was bold. He was real bold. And I flat out told his ass, I said, y'all don't even know this nigga asked me to go on my ATM. He said, it's an ATM right there. I said, yeah, bitch, and you can't use it. Guess why? Because you ain't got no money. So don't talk to me about what the fuck I need to be doing with my money for your broke ass. I just told you, you need to get a job. Go get a job. Fuck wrong with him? He literally pointed out an ATM. An ATM. And yes, he was Black. G Willigers, right? Like, it's just like, dude, the fuck? I said an ATM, you can't access, motherfucker, because you ain't got no money. Broke ass. Man, get the fuck out of here. Really wish I would have had some mace or something. I would have act startled and maced this bitch ass. Talking about some going to fucking ATM. Fuck you talking to? Thank you, Christy. I've been up since 5. Christy, I hope you're doing good at work today. I know how it is in customer service. I know how it is. Yes, he did glitches. He was like, well, it's an ATM right there. I was like, yes, one you can't get in, brokey. Broke, little baby, broke. The fuck? Like, one you can't access because you ain't got a card, bitch. I couldn't believe it. Uh-uh. I wanted to, Miss Stacy. Miss Stacy. I wanted to. I ain't gonna even lie. I ain't gonna hold y'all. I was wishing I had it. I was wishing I had it. Cause I would have maced his ass and played victim. I sure the fuck would have. Even though he wasn't, all he was doing was begging. He was several feet away from me. But I would have maced his ass and said he tried to attack me. I did not like him. Like, how dare you tell me to go on my ATM? Mm-mm. He was like, well, it's an ATM right there. And he said it just like that. When I walked in, he was like, you got any change to spare or whatever? That's how he said. And then he begging with no enthusiasm, y'all. None. This dude was begging with no enthusiasm. He just like, you got any change to spare? So I look at him like, no, and walk in, get my shit that I'm getting from CVS, and come back out. And as soon I was like, I literally, y'all, the way the CVS is set up, I wanted to go out the back door, but they got the back door closed due to COVID because they testing and doing all that stuff. So I'm like, fuck. Got to go back out this front door. This fool gonna still be standing there. Sure enough, he's there. So when I come out, he's like, you ain't got no change to spare. I'm like, you just asked me. And I said no. He was like, well, it's an ATM right there. I'm like, no, this motherfucker did. No, he didn't. Y'all. Mm-mm, mm-mm. I want to hurt him. Like, oh, I wanted to just smack him around. Like, what the fuck did you mean? At ATM, you don't have access to, Mr. Broke. Like, you sitting out here begging. You don't even have access to get in the ATM. Like, you just know it's there. That's it, huh? You know where all the money is located, but you have no access to it. I can't. Mm-mm. Yes, Tam Leo begging with no enthusiasm too. On top of that, just like yeah, you got some change to spare. It's like nigga, say you know how they be telling us smile, bitch, smile, look pleasant, hoe. If you gonna be begging, bitch, look pleasant, look nice. The hell, you out here begging with a sour puss face? How you begging, looking like you sucking on lemons? Like how? Like I don't get it. Mm-mm. Yeah, Chrissy. Like I was just, I mean, it was the most dry bag. It was like, you got some time. What? Yes, Reese. Y'all ain't right this morning. She said, do a trick. I'm trying to tell you. This is why I don't give them nothing. Do a trick, a cartwheel, something. You begging broke motherfucker. Do something. Little homely, homeless, little home, little less. You little less homeless. Where your blanket and pillow? You worried about what's in my ATM. Where your bank blanket and pillow? If you homeless, like at least have a blanket and a pillow. At least look homeless. Jesus. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I'm gonna need a blanket and a pillow to be talking to me about what the what? Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Y'all. That man told me to go on my ATM. ATM with no blanket, no pillow, no enthusiasm in his voice, no nothing. This is the ATM right there. What? Mm-mm. Just looking about. Oh no. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Yeah, I'm not giving men on the street begging nothing. And I don't care about what happened to you tomorrow. Yep, I don't. Yeah. Yep, queen cornbread, no sleeping bag, no nothing. Just outside, just standing there. How we know you even homeless? How we know you even homeless when you ain't got none of the shit that come with being fucking homeless? You ain't got a pillow, you ain't got a blanket, you ain't got a sleeping bag, you ain't got a sign, you ain't got nothing. A message in a goddamn bottle, bitch, and you begging me and demanding me to go in my ATM. A whole Mr. Nigga. A whole Mr. Nigga. And I don't like niggas. So you even asking me got on my damn nerves. And then I can't go out the back door due to COVID. Now I gotta come back out and see your bitch ass again. And you talking about an ATM. Like, no, no. I was highly upset. I was highly perturbed. I was saddened by the whole event. I was on the phone with anybody I could fucking talk to. Like, this mother, literally. Ooh, I wish I was just thinking because I have a bad habit of taking my stuff out my purse, like whatever I need to go and wherever I go, and leaving my purse in my car and locking my doors. So I don't be having like everything I need. My mace is in my purse. I wish. Oh, I was like, y'all don't understand how bad I wish I had my mace. I wanted to mace him so bad, so bad. I mean, like, just for even being out here bothering people, like, go somewhere. Mm-mm. I was like, ooh, I wish I had that. And I got the bear spray. Ooh, I would have laid him out. And I wanted to lay him out. Wanted to. I believe you. I believe you. I believe it. Mm-hmm. Sure do. Sure do. I told him to get a job on my way in. And it was windy, Ginger. It was windy. It was windy. So it probably would have blown back on me because it was windy. It was windy outside. But he was so annoying. I just don't like begging men, like especially begging black men, and be like, oof. Yeah, that's what they do. They be either outside of like Family Dollars, but this CVS is in the suburbs. And I was just looking at him like, what do you want? Like, why are you bothering me? I mean, Miss Stacy, that's one too, tasering. But you got to get close for that. Don't you got to get close for that? Yeah, I do got the bear kind. I got the I brought it for me, my mom, my daughter. And I just don't do that whole homeless black man thing. It's like, dude, get up out my face. I'm not saving you in no type of way. I don't have no vested interest. I would not care if you perish tomorrow, sir. I don't care. You could be laying right out here in the same place I found you at, gone, and I wouldn't care. I would just keep going about my day. So it's just like you got the wrong bitch for real. You got the wrong bitch for real. I do not care about the perishing of black men. Stop talking to me. Stop asking me for stuff. Stop even thinking I need to be nice or kind or sweet or cute or any of that. I do. Listen, this is a public declaration. Black men, I do not like you. I might fuck you, but I don't like you. I don't. Leave me alone. Like, you're going to get a bad deal dealing with me. I'm going to just warn you. Leave me the fuck alone. Because I don't like you. I don't like you as a friend. I don't like you as a partner. I don't like you as a coworker. I don't like you as a bum on the street. I just don't like you. I don't like you. I like your penis. I do like that part. But I know how to detach. I know a lot of people don't know how, but I've been dealing with y'all long enough to where I know how. Listen to me. I do not like you. I don't know why you think it, but I don't. Yeah, I don't like you. I don't. And so yeah, that's what it is. I don't like you. You don't expect shit from me. Nothing. Yeah, I don't like you. I don't like men in general. People ain't figured that out about me yet. Everybody has a hard time with understanding how I'm able to be sexual with men but not like them. Cause I like fucking. Okay? But I don't like men. I don't. I do not. I don't think they're good human beings. I don't. I've explained that several times, but nobody seems to get it. But I don't like them. Men are very annoying for me, and especially black men. I cannot stand black men. Who comes in second is mammies. And who comes in third is creepy white men who have fetishes for black women and think that we aren't smart enough to realize that that's what they have. Because I get a lot of that too. I don't like men, y'all. I don't. I don't care for them at all. But since I'm not gay, I have sex with them. I don't know why that's so hard for people to understand. Everybody seems to get confused with it. And I'm like, why? Why? I don't know why you're so confused. But I don't like them. I don't. I don't like the core of who they are, the characteristics. Because I'm all like, I'm talking about the word see. I see them. So it's hard for me to like them. But sexually attracted is another thing. But I see that women don't know how to separate the correlation. They combine it all in one thing. And that's another like male identified thing to do. Men taught women to combine liking and sex and love. And so women get all confused and tripped up when it comes to relationships, and they don't know how to compartmentalize, even though men do it all the time. And I learned how to compartmentalize. So it's not a vested. I don't like them as people. I don't like how they present themselves. I don't like how I just don't care for them. Women are actually very more emotionally interesting than men are. But I'm not sexually attracted to women. So I think a lot of women would like for me to just say, I'm a, what do you say this? I don't know what women want me to say because when you start talking about sexuality, I notice a lot of Black women get very uncomfortable with the concept, and they get uncomfortable with being sexually free. I've been having a sexual liberation conversation because I had a conversation with a lady a couple of weeks ago, and a lot of women feel like if they withstand or they hold back, that they're gaining something or they're preventing something. And I'm just like, sex is sex. Sex is sex. And in the end of the day, women have the defining factor on what comes from having sex sometimes, which is a baby. You can do whatever you want to do with that. You don't have to have it. Women have the defining factor on that. And I think being so liberated makes women feel uncomfortable with me a lot of times. And I notice it. It's like you have the defining factor on whatever it is you want to do with your vagina. Nobody can judge you or tell you you aren't who you say you are, or you shouldn't sleep with this person, or why do women police other women's vaginas so heavily? Fuck who you want to fuck, do what you want to do, and feel nothing after. If you can't do that, then don't. Because what I'm starting to notice is that a lot of women place this whole ideology behind sex, and they start thinking about marriage and relationships, and sometimes fucking is just fucking. Like, don't beat yourself up too bad about it. And even if they run behind you and, oh, she's a hoe, who gives a fuck what they say? They're men. Who cares about what men say? We can sit up on these panels and discuss day in and day out about not giving a fuck what men say until it comes to fucking. Then women want to start counting the bodies on each bitch and saying, hey, well, she slept with this person and she has this and she has that. You're still male identified, ma'am. Ma'am, you're still male identified. Why do you care how many men she's fucked? Why do you care if she's fucking without a relationship? Why do you care? Are we children? We're adults. We can do whatever the fuck we want to do. What men say does not matter. When you start talking about body count and did you know him and how long did you know him and you sound like a man. You sound like a man. That's what you sound like. A man. Because guess what? I can fuck as many men as I want to fuck and get pregnant. And guess what else I get to do? Not have it. The power is all you. You do know that, right? So why do you listen to men again? Where's their power? Where is men's power? Men literally still think that their dicks stretch us out. What? We have babies, you dumbass. We have babies. Please stop listening to men. Please remove your male conditioning. Remove it. Stop listening to men. They are fucking idiots. And everything they say and do is to control your pussy. You can do whatever the fuck you want to do with your pussy. What they gonna say? Oh, she's a hoe. Who cares what they say? They're bumbling town idiots. Who cares? I wish women would understand that. I really wish women would understand that they can do whatever they want to do and nobody gets to judge you. I really wish they would. Like the moment you get to that place in life, I'm telling you, you're going to have a blast. You're going to have a blast, ladies. Once you get to that point where you stop identifying yourself under male identified talking points, when you stop governing yourself over your vagina and all of that stuff, like once you get to that place, it's a full ride. It's a full ride. Nobody gets to judge you. Nobody. They can talk, but you don't have to ingest it. You don't have to care. You don't have to care. And when I tell you I could give two less fucks, tell people all the time, you're going to be working overtime trying to get me to care. You're going to be working overtime. Because listen, I got one life to live. And I'll be damned if any motherfucking body walk this bitch and tell me I can't do whatever the fuck I want to do. You got me fucked up. Yeah, you're gonna be suffering trying to get me to care. Cause we only got one. And so you're gonna run around here missing out on a great fuck. Cause somebody told you you shouldn't do it and it makes you virtuous not to have sex. Oh my God. Oh, I can't. I can't. I can't. I cannot. I can't. Yeah, I can't. Like, I just, y'all. When I hear some of the stuff women say, I don't think they understand how unliberated they are. And it's like women really identify themselves with their sexuality, their relationship status, their jobs. All I don't get it. The amount of women that identify their virtue with their relationships is ridiculous. It is ridiculous. It is absolutely insane how many women identify their whole personality and essence behind their male identified relationships. I just can't. Have y'all paid attention to that? Have y'all paid attention to that though? Like that is like, it is amazing how many women identify themselves with their connection to whatever man is in their lives. I just be looking like, what are you talking about? Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. I just don't get it. And it's like whenever I bring this, I said I was going to do a panel discussion for sexual liberation because I understand how it shows me how truly liberated my audience really is when I start talking about sex. When I start talking about sex, women kind of cringe and get all in their little protective little shells and start judging other women, saying, "Oh, I would never. Oh, no, I respect myself too much. Oh, I wouldn't do this. I wouldn't do that." That is male identified judgment. That is male identified judgment. I don't know who needs to hear it in the back, but that is male identified judgment, will automatically assuming a woman that's free sexually doesn't respect herself or doesn't respect her body. That is male identified judgment. And more than likely, you are the same women that would judge sex workers. That's male identified judgment. That's what it is. And I can tell as soon as I have the conversation, I can tell the judgment. Oh, do what's best for you, but I could never. Oh, no, I respect myself too much. Oh, no, judgment. It's judgment. And I noticed that. That's why I be saying it's a lot of fake liberation. Like if I sat up here and I talked about men ain't shit day in and day out, women will be completely comfortable with that. But the minute I start to talk about real liberation, living in your truth, operating in your truth, and being 100% comfortable with it, women shrivel up and they go, "Oh no, not for me. Mm. I don't want to do that." And they automatically assume that sexual liberation means hoe. If that ain't a male identified talking point, I don't know what is. I don't know what is. But I'm telling women what sexual liberation is this. You have governed over your body. Nobody gets to tell you when you can fuck and when you can't fuck and what makes you virtuous. Fucking is a natural thing. It's nothing salacious or fucked up about it. It's just sex. And sex feels good. So if you want to have sex, it doesn't mean you don't have virtue. It doesn't mean you're not a good woman or whatever it is you want to be classified as. Because I don't get into that shit. I do what I want to do when I want to do it. But to the women who think like that, What I'm trying to get you ladies to understand is that is because men have taught you to be that way about your body and what you do with it. It's been a way to control women in their wombs for forever. They always want to be in control of what you do with your body. So I'm not saying that because I think when I talk about sexual liberation, people just see a bunch of dicks and bouncing up and down on them or something. I don't know what y'all see, but even if that was what you saw, here's the thing. I think that women don't know how to separate. I think women don't know how to compartmentalize. I think that women have rested all of their thoughts and beliefs on what men have set out. And it's been told to women that they aren't allowed to be sexually free. And whenever women talk about sex, and I noticed this, noticed whenever I talk about sex, women kind of cringe up in my chat. And it splits the chat. They start going at each other in the chat, and some women be free and be like, yes, I feel the same way. And then some women be like, no, I respect myself too much, I wouldn't. And I don't think that the women that say stuff like that understand that that's a judgment. That's a judgment. It's like, why are you uncomfortable with women talking about their sexuality? Why does free sexuality make you uncomfortable? I think the fact that it makes you uncomfortable is rooted in male identification. And I think that women don't understand that that is where that rooted level of judgment comes from, because you've been indoctrinated to believe that the majority of your life, that a woman who would take a partner when she chooses is a whore. And you don't like the reference. You don't like those terms. You don't like being called a slut, whore, a hoe, a thought. Okay, you don't want none of that on your name. So as soon as you hear women talking about sexual liberation, you associate it with that. When sexual liberation is just you doing whatever it is you want to do sexually and not feeling the judgment of the patriarchal blueprint. And I don't think women understand how much they are perpetuating that towards other women. Nobody's saying you need to run outside and jump on the first dick you want to. What we're saying is do whatever the fuck you want to do. That's what sexual liberation is. Sexual liberation is you doing what you want to do and not caring if someone is trying to classify you or judge you or place you. That is what sexual liberation is. That is what it is. So when I started getting messages like body count and all that stuff, I'm like, y'all sound like whole niggas. Y'all sound like Mr. Nigga. Y'all in here talking about body count and all that stuff. Like, what? Like, And I've been trying to like work with Black women about sexual liberation, because I see it's a struggle. I see, like, whenever I talk to y'all and I'm talking about, womanism and liberation, I listen to y'all. Like, I read y'all comments and I listen. And I can see where women are struggling and where more conversations need to be had. And sexual liberation is definitely one. It's a conversation that needs to be continued because Black women are extremely uncomfortable sexually. You ladies are extremely uncomfortable. You are like little old church ladies, scared to talk about sex, scared to mention sex, like scared that had a conversation. And I know why, because Black men are going to be the first ones to call you a hoe for anything, anything, anything. So I get why Black women don't want to, but you got to understand that continuously living your life based off of the oppression of Black men and their little oppressed talking points. Because let's just be clear here, they're the ones that are oppressed with their talking points. So passing it down to you is just like, nigga, shut the fuck up, be quiet. So I'll be trying to talk to Black women. I noticed, well, I noticed recently that the conversation about sexual liberation had Black women in their feels towards me. They was like, not feeling it, not feeling it at all. And they were like, no, I would never. And, it was like almost like the same comment over and over again. Like, I respect myself too much. I wouldn't do this. I wouldn't do that. And I'm not going to do this. And I'm not. And they were, it was that disclaimer of I respect myself too much, which basically translates to anybody who's participating and active and not all on that shit doesn't respect themselves. And what I was trying to get, I heard the intent behind the words in the comments. And I was like, this conversation need to be had more because Black women need to be, these layers of male identification are slowly being pulled away. And that is a layer. Sexual liberation is a layer. It's a layer. And I believe it's a layer that needs to be pulled back because we are understanding that what we want to do with our bodies is our decision. No, when we talk about sexual liberation, we're not talking about you, like I said, you running outside and we not saying that. We saying that just whatever you want to do, you should be able to do it. So you should be able to sit in a conversation with a woman. Say I bring somebody up here right now that says she having sex with 3 men at the same time. What is y'all gonna do? Y'all gonna judge her? Is y'all gonna judge her? I'm telling you right now, if you even think to be like, oh, she got 3 dudes she dating and she having sex with all 3 of them, and then you go, she nasty, she disgusting, that is a layer of male identification. Men did that. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. What I'm saying is men did that. Men put the disclaimers on women on what we should be doing sexually so that they can control our wounds. That is what I'm trying to get women to understand with the conversation of sexual liberation. You got to understand that you can do whatever you want to do with your body. There is no consequences. Men don't get to give you consequences. It's primarily the reason that I feel sexual liberation and that whole conversation needs to be broken down. Because men don't get to give you consequences. They don't. They have been allotted to do that shit to women in general for free. Do you understand that? They've been controlling your body for free. And women don't even understand it. You've been literally living your life based off of him controlling you for free. He ain't even in your fucking house. He ain't in your house. He ain't paying none of your bills, but he's sitting up telling you what type of woman you should be. This is what men do. Oh, you should be like this for me to respect you. Oh, I don't like this. And now y'all done picked it up. So now anytime a woman talks about sex, it's, ooh, no, I would never do that. Ooh, no, I would never. You sound just like a man, boo. You sound like a man. You don't even, like, why is what somebody doing with a vagina bothers you? Why does it bother you? Why does it bother you? It shouldn't bother you. With a woman, it shouldn't. It shouldn't. The only reason why it bothers you is because of your male identification. Ain't nobody got to close their legs, Miss Stacy. All you got to do is get rid of it. Let's be clear here. Let's be clear of the options. Let's be clear of the options. The options are there. If you want to fuck, a consequence of fucking is a potential baby, but you don't got to have that baby. Why are women not acknowledging the power? You are still resting the power in men's hands. You don't got to have no baby. You don't got to have no baby. You don't. I mean, it's just that simple. You can connect. See, this is the power of your intention. You can place a lot of spiritual power behind sex and having babies and all that stuff. That's another male identification. Men taught you to feel more for it than what you should. When they found Lilith, she was in a cave giving birth to like her 30th child and left and dipped. Left the baby in the cave and got gone. The level of responsibility you take is on you. That's on you. And I'm telling you, I told y'all this recently. Men placed a lot of responsibility on women. And that is why you naturally feel it. That is why you naturally feel this level of responsibility. But really, no responsibility is on you. I just don't think women have realized that yet. You have no responsibility. You don't got to bring none of these kids into the world. You can be as sexually free as you want to be and get as pregnant many times in a year as you could. And you ain't got to have not nan one of them. You do know you can get pregnant 10 times in a year if you want to. And you ain't got to have not nan child. Now, will people judge you? Probably. But do you got to care though? Think about that. Do you got to care? The power is within you. You hold it. You hold it. You just placing responsibility on yourself that don't need to be there. And you burdening yourself and you weighing yourself down with what men think you should be doing. I'm telling you, we can run around here fucking who we want to fuck, getting pregnant how many times we want to, and never bring now one of these nappy head children to this world. That is literally a biological option. But you don't view it as an option. And you look at it like, oh, no, that's sexually irresponsible. No, I would never do such a thing. No, 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 no. Yeah, men done wrapped you up in a bow, tied you up, sat you down, and you still there. You ain't got to do nothing. There is literally nothing you got to do. You can do whatever you want to do. Lay on your back, get fucked, do all of that, get pregnant, and be like, poop, back to heaven you go. Back to heaven you go. Back to heaven you go. And who gonna judge you? I'm just pointing out the facts, not the feelings, not the feelings, the facts. Just facts. You got all the power in the world, boo. Stop thinking you don't. Stop thinking you don't. Because they take advantage of their power. They know they can stay and go at any motherfucking time. Anytime. But you sitting up here judging another woman for having power and taking govern within her power. That's what you doing. You sitting in a live chat judging another woman for taking govern in her power. But men, they take advantage of their power all the time. You need to start. Everybody down there judging, you need to start. You need to realize your power. You could do whatever you want to do. You could be celibate. You could be sexually free. You could have as many abortions as you want to have. You can fuck whoever you want to fuck. And you can send their kids back to heaven if you feel like it too. You could do whatever you want to do too. I don't understand where we getting lost at. You could do whatever you want to do too. If you want to be celibate and say, screw these motherfuckers, I ain't on them. Because I done did that before too. Or you want to be like, you know what? Shit, hell, I want to suck a good dick. So I'm going to do that too. You can do that too. You can do whatever you want to do. And if you shall have a consequence of of sex and get a pregnancy, you can send a baby back to heaven. You can do that too. I just don't understand why people don't, like, women don't understand they can do whatever they want to do. That's what sexual liberation is. Sexual liberation is not about, just fucking everybody in sight. It's about just doing whatever it is you want to do. And knowing that you can, and knowing that can't nobody do shit about it. It is not a law out here that governs your pussy. It's all in your mind. It's all in your mind. Because I'm telling you, men, they exercise their options. They exercise. Women is the only ones not doing it. Just do what you want to do. There's so many options out here. Like somebody just said, contraception. You can use contraception. You can do whatever you want to do. And if you don't want to use contraception, you ain't got to do that either. The woman has the final choice. Do y'all not understand that we have the final choice? Even if a mistake is made and somebody get pregnant or something, and it ain't even really a mistake because that's sex. Even if you get pregnant, you still got the final choice. Women have the final choice. And we sitting up here acting like men can tell us when we can fuck and not fuck. Like, no, no, no. They can't tell me shit. Nothing. Nothing at all. Yeah, and get your tubes tied too. Yep, Alexandria, I agree. Yep, and plan B. Plan B. Pop that puppy the next morning. Do whatever you want to do, however you want to do it. However you want to do it. That's what sexual liberation is. It's the sexual liberation is not judging other women because they doing something that you wouldn't do. That's not sexual liberation. Sexual liberation is accepting the fact that all women can do whatever it is they want to do with their bodies, whether they abstain or whether they continue. Whatever it is, get to do whatever it is they want to do. And nobody gets to project their opinion upon them. As soon as they open their mouth about sex, here comes some woman saying, "Oh, I wouldn't do that." That's not your job to say nor do. Let these women be. Let women be, y'all. Please just let women be. Let women be. Let women be. They got enough hard situations as it is. Let them be. Let them do what they want to do, live how they want to live. Don't be that friend that's coming in judging your friend because you feel like just let them be. If they want to have fun and be free and all of that, let them be. Don't judge them. Because I'm telling y'all, I experienced that a lot. I'm a very free hearted person. And I have so many people who just be trying to limit me and stop me. Like, no, don't do this. And it's always women that disguise themselves as friends. Don't do this. Don't do it's like leave me alone. Let women be, y'all. Let them be. Let them be. I don't know how to say that so many times, but just let women be. Because I'm telling you, the older I got, the more I started cutting people off of stuff like that. It's like, because I literally don't try to tell people what to do and what not to do in my friendships and my personal friendships. And you will be amazed at how hard women go. Just let them be, y'all. Just let them be. Whatever it is they want to do, let them do it. And don't judge them for it. You know, as long as they ain't out here, to me, it's like as long as you ain't out here beating up old people, beating children, or, doing something crazy like that, it's just like, let people be, especially Black women. Especially Black women. Let them be. It's a lot going on. Let them be. And you know what, Lady Rebel Soul, m- my friends tell me that all the time. They had the most fun with me, but they always be trying to like stop me from stuff. They be like, "Oh, don't do that, don't do that, girl, no." I'll be like, "Shit, yes, I'm doing it." Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, like I just be like, "Why?" I'm with you. Like the Beatles, let it be. Yes, like let me be. Because I'm a free spirit. I'm gonna do a whole lot of shit that you're gonna be looking at me like, oh my God. Yes. Because I understand the women that's saying like, you know, they don't um they're celibate and whatever. Because I've had all different type of stages of my sexuality, all different types. But what I'm saying is I think women should just allow women to be no matter where they at and don't like because it's like a very indirect way of pointing at a finger. And it's like, don't do that to women. Just let women be. like the Beatles. Let them be, y'all. Because I'm telling you, it's hard to just be as a woman. It's hard. It's hard to be that. Like everybody feel like you need to act and be a certain type of way. And it's like everybody places all of these judgments on each other. And it's just like, it's not needed. It's not needed. Everybody will have so much more fun with each other, I believe, if everybody just allowed everybody to be. I really believe that. Let everybody, bump their head how they should. And, you let people bump their head how they should. And even when they bump it, you still got their back. You ain't got to be, women define things too harshly, way too harsh. And I'm telling y'all, that's male identification. Because men judge us like that. Men judge us in a way that's very harsh. And women have started passing it down to where I done seen women in friendships because of the type of relationships they friend is in, and they don't approve of it. So they stop being friends with them because they don't approve of their relationship. It's like, how you stop being friends with somebody because you don't approve of their relationship? Like, that don't even make sense to me. It's like, I'm telling you, I done seen women do it. I done seen women have really good friendships and judge their friends so harshly because they feel like their friend being stupid over a man or making bad decisions over a man. So they don't want to be friends with her anymore. And it's like, how? I don't understand that. And it's almost like you forget, like you looking at these women that do stuff like that. And I'll be like, did you forget when you was dumb over a man a couple of years ago? Like, I don't be understanding it. Like so many judgmental women. Like I don't do judgmental women. I'm telling y'all that right now. I don't do the friends that sit back and watch everything you do and judge everything you do. You ain't hurt nobody. You ain't harming nobody. You living your best life and you having fun. And here comes some bitch and want to tell you what you should and should be doing. Girl, get the fuck out my face. I'm grown as fuck. Get all about my face. Out you go. Out you go. Out you go. I ain't got time for that shit, girl. I'm living life to the fullest. I ain't got time to be listening to your Debbie Downer ass. Like, and who the fuck is you? What makes you think your opinion outweighs mine? It's my life. It ain't yours. It's like women literally be canceling themselves out, when it comes to having good relationships with people and just enjoying themselves. Like you canceling yourself out because you judgmental. Judgmental. And I don't care what nobody say. I would go to the grave saying that the way that women judge each other is a male identified talking point. It's a male identified talking point. Men got them running around here thinking that they should do and act and be a certain type of way. It's just like, girl, get up on my face with all that shit. Get out my face with that shit. Yeah, it's like, Novella, I'm with you on that. Like super judgmental. super judgmental. And it's like they act as if you ain't intelligent enough to process information and do what you need to do. It's like, girl, bye. Like, take your boring, bitter, dumb ass some motherfucking where else. Cause I don't activate myself under those type of consequences. Yeah, I'm with Authentic Ash. Hey, Miss Melanin, I ain't seen you in a minute. Girl, Cynthia X. That's how I be knowing it's male identification because they always send it right back to a man and what he could possibly be doing. And it's like, girl, what makes you think I may not be doing something? You think I'm just like non aware? I don't know what's going on? Like, girl, 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 girl. Good morning, Catherine. I just be like so lost on that. I'll be like, what makes you automatically think I'm somebody's victim? Like, I'm not a victim, boo. Nobody's victim. Not at all. Yeah, I'm not a victim, y'all. And I notice I do get that a lot. I get like them trying to like protect me or and to me, I be just looking at it like, why do you think I'm a victim? Hell, I might even be the villain. Why do you think I'm a victim? Because I'm not. And shout out to all the people listening from work. And thank you for the cash apps too. I got a couple of cash apps. But yeah, don't think I'm a victim, y'all. That's what I get the most. That's what I get the most. It's like I get I get all of those comments about like, are you okay, or do you know this, or do you know that? And it's like educating me and telling me to be okay, and I get a lot of that. I get a whole lot of that. Yeah, that's what I get. I get a whole lot of that. I get the women assuming that I'm a victim in some type of way, or that just feeling somewhere, it's like, listen, when you're in love with somebody, of course, some situations can happen that can hurt, but I don't identify myself with victimhood. Like, I don't. Like, I tell y'all all the time, I don't accept consequences from men. I don't accept consequences. Like, I just kind of do what I want to do and live freely and enjoy myself. And I don't hold myself to, oh, I shouldn't be doing this. I shouldn't be doing that. And it's like, no, I can do whatever I want to do. And I feel very comfortable in that thought, in that one thought, I can do whatever I want to do. I feel it literally describes my whole existence on how I feel about myself. So it's like, I don't be tripping off of, like all of that mess. I don't. So I don't. Some things I just don't understand. Like, I don't. I really don't. I be trying to kind of catch a drift with certain conversations, but it's like I think women are too hard on themselves. And I think that comes from men. And I've never been that hard on myself. Like, I may beat up on myself for like certain things like character building or things I need to be doing. Like if it's something I want to do and something I want to accomplish and I don't get it done in a timely frame or I'm not as organized as I would like to be, those are the situations when I'm hard on myself. But like as far as when it comes to like sexual liberation and freedom of speech and saying things and making mistakes and not feeling bad and all that stuff, like yeah, I don't. Mm-mm. Yeah, I don't. Nope. Yeah, I don't. Mm-mm. Yeah, I'm very free spirited. When I say that, when I talk about liberation, it's in the only thing that prevents liberation is fear. That's the only thing that prevents true liberation is fear. And I don't fear anything or anybody. I don't. I don't fear consequences. I don't fear judgment. I don't fear ridicule. I don't fear naysayers, people talking shit. I don't fear it. I don't. I don't. I refuse to live my life in a perpetual state of fear. I refuse to do that. I refuse to. I absolutely refuse in every fiber of my being. I refuse to be in a perpetual state of fear, people pleasing, trying to make people feel like I'm a good woman or a good person or a good friend. Like, I refuse to live in that state. I refuse to. So the things that I say and do is because I just say and do it, and that's what I want to say and do. And I feel like anybody who is in that same vibration as me will naturally shift towards me. I just can't live in that state of fear. That's something I can't do. That's not a lane I can operate in. It's not. And that's why I really work well by myself because I don't have any fears and a lot of people do. A lot of people have a lot of fears. And so when you're fearless, it's like you often feel alone because so many people fear things. So many people fear things. They fear criticism, they fear judgment, they fear, like, I don't even have no fear on my channel. I say whatever, do whatever. I don't fear things. And that's hard for people to understand. Like you say, I feel like I'm in a perpetual state of having to consistently explain myself. It's been like that my whole life. People never understand me. They always think it's more than what it is. And I'm just like, no, it's just is exactly what I just told you. When I started talking about sexual liberation like a week ago, so many women got offended and assumed I was insulting their celibacy or their abstinence. And I completely understood and explained everything. I said sexual liberation is whatever you want to do with your sexuality. That's what I said. But women didn't get it. They still, this is what lets me know it wasn't about their celibacy. It was about them shaming other women. Because I said it consistently. Consistently, I said it. I said, whatever you want to do with your sexuality is sexual liberation. Just doing whatever it is you want to do with it. And they kept saying, but yeah, you shouldn't be sleeping with other people, sleeping with more than one person, or you should be using protection. You should be, they went on this whole little rant. And I'm like, I just said, this is what lets you know the male identification layers, onions aren't peeled all the way back for a lot of women. It's just not. Because if I continuously tell you what I'm saying when I'm saying it, and you're still in my live chat going at the women in the live chat, arguing with them about sexual liberation and what they should be doing with their pussy. Stop policing us, ma'am. Nobody's policing you. Nobody's telling you to knock the dust off of yours. I literally said it's whatever you want to do with your body. That is sexual liberation. That is sexual liberation. I mean, seriously, Papa Scrimp, for real. Like, ain't nobody over here telling you to knock the dust off yours. So why are you coming at women in the chat, going at them when I literally explained what sexual liberation is? So nobody should be offended. It's the right to do whatever you want to do. That's basically what it is. That's what it is. I think when you start judging people based off what they do with their bodies, I just don't think women should judge each other under the same patriarchal standards. I don't. I think so too, Tiff. I think that you know what I think for real? I think that men literally have ran through life getting women to do their dirty work. And that is why we got little mini men running around trying to tell women how to take care of themselves. Pretty much. Yeah, it's a lot of that going on, Miss Gorgeous. That's why I said I wanted to have the conversation. Miss Melanin, you is funny. Yes, many men. But I wanted to have the conversation about the policing of our vaginas from other women. Other women are so hard on each other about sex. It's like, man, Why are y'all so hard on each other about sex? Why? Why? I'm not understanding. Like women are literally very, very hard on each other. Very hard on each other. Very hard. And I don't be understanding that. Good morning, Cameo. Right. Tiff, Tiff said, I don't trust women who dress for other women. They don't just judge your style. Hold on, wait. They don't just judge your style, they're judging your whole life. Man, listen. Listen, listen, listen. I might the conference is at 7 and I'm sure it's gonna be like 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours. So I might when I come back to the hotel, because I'm up in this thing all by myself. Yeah, I might do a panel discussion later. It depends if I'm tired or not. It depends on how tired I am. But I'm gonna wrap this live stream up, y'all, because I need to get up and get myself going. I gotta meet my cousin for breakfast. And this video will be going on members only and Patreon. So you guys can catch it there. Thank you guys.